What's up, guys? So, there is a lot of conflict going on right now in the politics and possible mandatory vaccinations, in mask wearing, and everything else. And everybody thinks that they know what's right, but here's the truth of this. When you force your will upon someone or your belief systems upon someone, it affects you. So when we're in that place of fear, worry, anxiety, doubt, anger, what happens is we lower our own vibration. We affect our own abundance, our own life, and our own outside world. So the purpose of life is to experience as much as you can without attachment, because when you aren't attached, you don't harm yourself. So that's the place that we want to be, as unconditional love and acceptance, in a place where we have our boundaries, we don't judge, so that you don't harm yourself. Do everything you can and attach to nothing, right? Unconditional love just creates flow. So, for instance, let's go into the mask debate, because there's research out there that shows that the masks don't work. And there's people that swear by it, and there's conflicting information. Now, if somebody's not wearing a mask and you're going to come at them and think that they're a terrible person, they don't care, maybe that person has done their research and they understand, well, I'm not harming anyone by not wearing a mask. And I don't agree with what the government's doing, and it's just a fear device. They actually care about people and think they're doing the right thing. You think you're doing the right thing too. Maybe understand their point of view. I'm not going to tell someone don't wear, you're stupid for wearing a mask. That's your belief system, so you're going to believe it. That's okay. I understand where you're at. I still accept you. I'm going to show you the same respect I'm going to show everybody else. But don't attack somebody else because they're not wearing a mask, just because majority are. So, the way that I always say it is, you pray for the trolls and you don't feed them. That's all. There's no reason to force your will. It's only going to affect you. It's not love. It's an unconditional love that doesn't create us to flow. So, in Luke 11:2, the Bible tells us, when a strong man guards his own palace fully armored, his goods are at peace. Meaning that when the devil attacks us and does something, if a man knows himself well and comes following his heart, speaking his truth, trusting his intuition, the devil can't get to him, right? And so that brings me to the point that with the mask wearing and the vaccines and everything else, if you're afraid, first of all, I don't buy into the virus model, because if we're in a strong power center in our heart, our thymus gland functions very high. The thymus gland lies right in front of the heart. And when we are in a place of unconditional love and acceptance, what happens is that innate nervous system that's related to the heart chakra functions at such a high level, it produces immunoglobulin A, and that's the most effective thing we could possibly have against any pathogen. So I trust what God gave us, right? The virus exists and you can get the virus, but your own body can handle it. If you're in a place of unconditional love, if you're in a place of fear and worried about getting sick, worried about dying, stuck in the outside world, well, yeah, you're going to get sick. You're going to wear that mask because you're afraid. Yeah, you're going to be more susceptible to being sick because you're not following what the Bible has told you, and that's to have faith in Him and trust Him. And so a lot of people are going to get mad at me for saying this, but this is how I see it. When you speak truth, many will cast stones upon you. Those stones will turn to fire and scorch those who have thrown them. There's karma coming when you force your will upon somebody else and don't come from a place of unconditional love and acceptance. You cannot force others how to act, how to treat one another. People have to learn on their own dime and their own accord. And they have to be shown unconditional love, because otherwise, if they aren't, then what happens is it just perpetrates down the line, and they push that fear and the anger down to the next person, the next relationship, and the next generation. And that's not how we raise a collective consciousness. So if you want to change your world, start by changing in here. Change your inner world to change your outer world. Because that's how you create what you want and you manifest the life that you deserve. All right, guys. So stay in that place of unconditional love, and you will have everything you could ever desire.